The Black Swordsman arc introduces us to a brutal, solitary figure moving through a world steeped in suffering and decay. This arc isn't just the beginning of Guts' journey, but sets the tone for the entire Berserk series. In these early chapters, we see him traveling alone, marked by scars, wielding a massive sword, and consumed by a near-obsessive thirst for vengeance. At this point, Guts is introduced not as a noble hero, but as an anti-hero with a dangerous edge. His sole purpose seems to be to hunt down and destroy the apostles who serve the God Hand. Guts appears entirely alone, choosing to reject any offers of friendship or kindness. This self-imposed isolation speaks volumes about his emotional wounds from after the eclipse. Guts is someone who has decided to walk the path of vengeance alone. Any warmth he once had is buried beneath layers of rage and pain. Guts' rage is very obvious in this arc, especially when confronting the apostles. Each one is a twisted representation of human sin, embodying greed, lust, and cruelty, qualities that have festered into monstrous forms under the influence of the God Hand. The apostles represent everything Guts despises, beings who have sacrificed their humanity for power, just as Griffith did. To Guts, every apostle he kills is a step toward avenging the Band of the Hawk, and in some way reclaiming what he lost. Guts' brand of sacrifice bleeds whenever an apostle or evil spirit is near, reminding him of his fate. The brand is a constant, painful reminder of Griffith's betrayal and the horrors of the eclipse, pushing Guts forward even when his body and mind are already exhausted. Guts isn't just fighting monsters, he's fighting manifestations of humanity's darkest desires, a battle that reflects the darkness within himself. Guts' rage is something more than just anger, it's his trauma in physical form. This rage drives him to near suicidal recklessness, which we see in how he fights apostles without fear, even when it means putting his own life on the line. In many ways, Guts' hatred keeps him alive. Guts' anger is like a shield, but it's also a cage, a prison that keeps him chained to his past. Despite the darkness, there is a faint glimmer of hope and humanity in the form of Puck, a tiny elf who insists on following Guts. Puck serves as a foil to Guts' brooding personality, bringing some humor and light into his life, even if Guts is reluctant to admit it. Puck, even though he seems like a comedic sidekick, represents the part of Guts that still has compassion and empathy. He's a small but consistent reminder of what Guts has lost and what he might regain if he lets down his walls. Puck's presence begins to chip away at Guts' hardened exterior, making him question his own path. Even though Guts rejects any help or companionship, Puck's persistence hints at a part of Guts that hasn't given up on life completely. Puck represents something Guts has long forgotten: hope. He's a reminder that even in the darkest places, a flicker of light remains. The weapon that Guts wields, the Dragon Slayer, is a symbol of his struggle. It's not just a tool for killing, it's an expression of Guts' sheer willpower and the impossible weight of his mission. The Dragon Slayer is massive, nearly impossible to wield, yet Guts swings it with raw determination. This reflects his stubbornness in fighting a battle that seems impossible, taking down apostles and ultimately the God Hand. Guts' armor is simple, rugged, and full of scars, much like the man himself. It shows his resilience, but also the brutal toll that his journey has taken on him. Every scratch and dent is a testament to his endurance and pain. Guts' sword isn't just a weapon. It's a representation of his rage, his trauma, and his unbreakable will. At its core, the Black Swordsman arc is about revenge, but it's also a warning. Guts' quest for vengeance has consumed him, stripping him of nearly everything but his rage. Yet, he keeps going, even though it's clear this path will ultimately lead to his self-destruction. Guts' pursuit of revenge is both his strength and his downfall. It keeps him alive, but it's also isolating him from any potential future or happiness. This arc shows us that Guts is willing to sacrifice everything, including his life, for revenge. His recklessness with his own safety and constant desire to kill apostles at any cost foreshadows the toll that this journey will take on him. Guts' pursuit of vengeance is like his sword, a double-edged blade that may eventually cut him down. The Black Swordsman arc is a brutal introduction to Guts, showing us a man defined by his pain and anger. It's a glimpse into the darkest parts of humanity and the unbreakable will of a man who refuses to be defeated, even when fate itself is his enemy. Throughout this arc, we see that Guts isn't just fighting monsters, he's fighting the very idea that his suffering defines him. If there is one thing to take away from the Black Swordsman arc, it's that Guts' journey is only beginning. Though he's haunted by loss and fueled by rage, his story has yet to reveal what lies beyond revenge, and that's what makes Berserk a story worth experiencing. I just reread the Black Swordsman arc since I have decided to reread Berserk, and so I was thinking about what the writer actually teaches us through Guts in this arc. So I made up a script and I made a little video on it. I hope you guys enjoyed. And I hope I was somewhat accurate. I hope you guys somewhat agree with the lessons that are being taught to us in this very short introduction arc. If you have any more that you noticed, or if you don't agree with mine, please do let me know in the comments down below, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.